Hello there, friends and RC family. My name is Alec from High Noon Hobbies, and if you're new to this channel, I very much appreciate you checking it out. I hope you will stick around, watch at least this video, see if this content seems worth your while, and consider subscribing, so that then I can say to you, if you aren't new here, welcome back to yet another Friday upload, this time the Thanksgiving edition. I hope that you all are having a fantastic beginning to your holiday season. For me, holiday season typically starts around Halloween. That's when I start getting excited about the holidays, but I know that for most sane people, it's usually they try to hold off until around Thanksgiving. But I hope that you are all enjoying your Thanksgiving holiday, spending some time with family, friends, loved ones, and getting your fill of that holiday cheer. This time we are back out at the beautiful Desert Mountain for yet another piece of coverage of our North vs. South Utah RC Crawling Championship 2023, the second annual. And this time we're going to take a look at a run from a very, very talented competitor. Same competitor that we took a look at last week, but in a completely different class. Here we are going to take a look at Rango running through this very difficult Class 3 course that we've had some coverage on in the past. This is going to be a very good one, a holiday special, if you will, so I hope that you guys are ready. Buckle up, grab a drink, grab some leftover turkey and stuffing, and let's get right down to it, shall we? All right. For once coming in, and I'm not late to the party. That is a little bit different for the High Noon Hobby channel here. But we are taking a look here at the Rango bug. This is Rango the DeSoto on Instagram. I'll link to his Instagram down below. He is a very talented driver, sponsored by several very well-known companies in the RC community. One of the main sponsors, definitely a theme with his colors, is Three Brothers RC. You'll see their logo slathered over all of Rango's different rigs. Taking a little bit of time there to get through the entry to the course after gate number 1. That time will definitely kind of come into play a little bit later. Same with the time he's taking here to get lined up with this gate number 2. But that being said, still tight in control. Nice, precise movements, wheel speed looking good, taking full advantage of that 4-wheel steer, and Rango doing a great job as he is still, I think, getting used to 4-wheel steer rigs. I've definitely seen him more dominate Class 2 and less of a presence here in Class 3 for Rango until more recently, but that doesn't mean that he isn't very capable of taking home some victories here. So let's see. Definitely taken time to get through this gate number 2, but this is just a tough one. You've got to remember from our MOA finals, the MOA trucks trying to come through that V-notch the other direction. They got all sorts of screwed up by that V-notch that Rango's trying to work his way through, kind of stem his way across right now. And so that's certainly even more dangerous when you're talking about Class 3 rigs that have even smaller tires. That notch is not something to be messed with. As mild as it might look on the GoPro, that certainly doesn't ever do it justice, and that is a nasty spot for any rig to try to make his way through, especially on a side hill angle like that. Rango getting caught up in this tree here now, trying to work his way free, just using that servo. Doesn't want to use a reverse if he doesn't have to. He knows that this Class 3 run is going to be tight, and he wants to save as many points as he possibly can. Getting himself up for this gate number 3 now, taking a long way around because of the way that he got caught up in that tree, but no big deal. He sets himself up nicely for this V-notch here. Instead of stemming across it, you're going to go straight through it this time. Puts you at a nasty side hill angle going the other direction. As you can see, Rango taking full advantage once again of that 4-wheel steer, trying to get those wide axles on through there. Look like maybe Capra axles underneath this beetle body. I like the beetle body idea. He's going to skip the Is he going to skip the bonus gate? Looks like he's skipping the bonus gate. He's saying there's no time for it. We got to spend this time elsewhere, and he may or may not be right about that, but we're going to see as we get deeper into this course. Really making this gate number 4, at least the setup for it, look relatively easy, though. Not too much trouble working his way through, although here is where things start to get pretty spicy, right? You're really driving a lot of weight into that wall in front of you with that driver's side tire, and then your rear axle is getting really put at quite an angle. The combination of the angle of your rear axle and the weight getting really forced into that wall out in front is going to cause that passenger side front tire to lift super hard, which is exactly what we're seeing here. And luckily manages to let it settle down after the body's really past the gate there. So he's in a decent spot as long as he can get himself out of here. Let's see what happens going full steering angle in the rear, trying to work it through, still at a nasty angle. Are we going to commit? And we're going to commit to going around the backside. Hey, you know what? Whatever works, right? We don't need to escape out the top. If that's what's going to get us out without hitting the gate, that's what's going to get us out without hitting the gate. Getting stuck on the bush down below, but that may have actually been beneficial. This beetle bug definitely, or this bug body definitely coming into play for Rango here, allowing him to quickly and easily flip back onto his tires. And speaking of flipping back onto your tires, now he's got to do it once again, leaving that rear axle at full lock, certainly not doing him any favors. I would say take your time here, take a moment, straighten that rear axle out, get yourself resituated, and get back up here and try to hit this ascent here a little bit less on the steep angle. You can see he's still trying to attack that ridge there, but again, not much of a reason to, because he's got to come back around to where Cletus is standing over more towards his driver's side. Flipping around, taking the wide angle approach, I think that is always a good move. Lets you get set up more appropriately for your next gate. Gate number 5 looking like a piece of cake here. That side hill not causing any sort of troubles at all, even with that bug body, which does sit relatively high. That means that Rango definitely has his weighting down pat. But we are getting close on time now. You can see Rango starting to really pick up the pace. We're at 5 minutes. We only have a 6-minute time limit here. We really have to start working our way through these last few gates. And here's a super nasty ascent to kind of finish off. This is really, and tapping that gate, unfortunately, adding 10 to his score. Luckily, no penalties yet. Taking a reverse to set himself up for this next gate here, trying to really save as much time as possible. Now we're at a 11. Unfortunately, not being able to hit any of the bonuses so far. Really focused on trying to get through this course with enough time to spare. And speaking of which, now we're getting all sorts of pinched up in this chaos of a valley here. That's really unfortunate, because that's going to put us down to less than 30 seconds left to go to get through probably one of the tougher gates. This is really the last tough gate if he can make it through this one. The rest of the course is a piece of cake, but he only has 20 seconds left to do it, and it looks like we may not make it through it this time, unfortunately. Are we going to DNF here? Are we going to DNF on one gate further? It looks like we're probably going to end up DNFing right here. Unfortunate ending to this fantastic run, but still some great driving by Rango. You really got to hand it to him for this one. And an unfortunate ending there for Rango, DNFing on that gate number 7 there, just a little bit fairly close to the finish line, but that's kind of the way that this course was going for most competitors, and to say that Rango didn't do a really great job going through this course would be a lie. Rango did a fantastic job, navigated that really tough gate number 4 seemingly with ease, but he had that trouble coming out of gate 4, kind of flipping over and wasting some time in the weeds there, and then also wasting a little bit of time at the very beginning of the course with just some of the struggles he had on that first couple gates, lining up, getting through gate number 1 and then lining up for gate number 2. That little bit of extra time probably would have carried him through to the finish line. The course got way easier towards the end, and it was just unfortunate that Rango got tied up in a few little issues that caused him to lose a little bit of time there. But to say that Rango didn't do a fantastic job on this course would be to lie. Rango did a superb job driving through this course. I think that his driving was actually spectacular throughout this one, particularly considering he is getting used to this particular rig. He's kind of new-ish to four-wheel steer. Class 3 really isn't his domicile. Class 2 is where he has really dominated in the past. So it was cool to see such a talented driver taking on a new class and dealing with the challenges that come along with all of the differences between the rigs that he is used to driving. But I appreciate you all joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you were able, like me, to learn something from watching Rango drive through this course. But if you didn't learn something, I hope it was at least entertaining for you. If it was educational or entertaining, go ahead and give this video a like. Lets me know that I'm doing something correct here. And again, I hope that you all have a fantastic holiday season. Looking forward to catching back up with you guys next Friday. We're going to take a little bit of a break from the live stream during this holiday weekend, just so we can spend some time with some family. But I hope that you all enjoy your weekend, spending some time with some family, friends, some loved ones, and we will see you very soon. Cheers.